We are Spud and Joey. We are best friends, dads, and realtors. We also head up a running tribe here in Salt Lake City called Run with Mojo. On the weekends, we love exploring new trails and neighborhoods together. We aren't the fastest or the most skilled runners in the world. We're just two slightly out of shape dads that love a good trail run. We love running as much for the opportunity to clear our minds and have a good laugh as we do for the run itself. As runners, we know how mundane running on a treadmill can be. That's why we created the Come Run With Us project. So the next time you're on a treadmill, you'll have a cool trail to explore and a couple of buddies to run with. No matter what time of day or where you are in the world, you can always come run with us.
All right, let's start this thing. So good morning. Good morning. It's time to rise and shine. Actually, it might be late in the day for you, so don't do that. We are at, what did you say we were at?
Indian Road
Trailhead in Provo Rec, Parks and Rec course. I say that because it was like everywhere. By the way, this porta potty right here, you know how I feel about year-round porta potties. This is definitely year-round, and it smells really good. Brenner was like, I'm not going to use that thing, it can smell. I was like, that is untrue on this one, Brenner.
Well, you know, I feel like that's generally a decent stereotype.
Assumption?
Yeah.
Guess what assumptions do?
Well, that's why I said stereotype, because you can't...
Nope, that's why I took that away from you. Oh, here, you can go in front of me.
Oh, okay.
So today we actually have mics that are working. Woo! We have, oh look, this section of the trail has been adopted by Linda Chamberlain. Thank you, Linda. Okay, so this goes to the Shoreline Trail, actually. This could, I believe, I don't know, I need to look it up, should have done that before. This would connect to the Y, I believe. So we are walking up a hill to get to the Shoreline Trail, and then once we have the Shoreline Trail figured out, then booyah, baby, booyah.
Yeah, we'll be good.
Just checking some stuff. I do need to make sure it's not doing that weird,
not the real time
record thingy. So that thing's not even on here now.
I think because we were in time-lapse mode the whole time.
So I just had to go standard somehow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it was just in that first menu where
Brenner,
you swipe.
You look absolutely stunning. It
yeah.
is. The blue light's coming above you. Oh, man. All right, so if you haven't checked in a minute, this is the Come Run With Us project. We go, running so you don't have to. Or what I mean by that is we go running outside so you don't have to.
Yeah.
And so we want you on a treadmill. We want you on a bike. We want you doing something where you're indoors and you're like, I hate life right now. I want to be with someone. Boom. Yep. Check one. That's what we do. And then I want to see a better trail than my wall.
Yep.
Although if you haven't got a TV in front of your treadmill, I'm sorry. Because like the other night I fabricated. Have I told you about this, Brenner?
No.
Oh my gosh. I fabricated out of an old, I feel kind of bad. I stole one of my kids' old teepee frames.
Yeah.
Which was probably like $200 because my wife bought it on like Etsy or something.
Yeah.
And so it was like a frame, which was real. In all reality, it was 3 sticks that had just been really nicely put together, and then you can make a little teepee stand for them. And then the teepee, I have no idea where the teepee went to.
Yeah.
So the other night I was like, I got to get this going because I got my treadmill fixed. That's backstory of, them being Bowflex being awesome.
Yeah.
Hooking me up with a screen. Thank you. Shout out to Bowflex. Definitely looking for a sponsor. So I screwed these pieces. I have an unfinished basement. So I screwed these pieces. I cut them down to a little bit bigger than the TV. I screwed them all together. I screwed it into the wall, put little like L knobs on it, which I will take a picture, and I will, Brenner, I will post that picture when this episode launches. Brenner always says we forget to do that, and guess what? We do. But no longer. This thing's getting amazing every day.
Official, baby.
Okay, so I created that, and it didn't work. So the TV was falling forward. So then I had to take another piece and actually screw that piece into the wall above it, and then make sure that it had a little bit of a, like a pivot point, so I could then push it to the top of the TV in order to make it so the TV doesn't fall forward. So anyway, that's what we do. You know, that's where that came from. It's a little bit of a tangent. Basically, we are that TV in front of your treadmill that you can then put on YouTube and watch.
Yeah.
I usually watch it in the gym on the treadmill with it just right in front of me. How do you watch this?
Yeah, I just put it on my phone on the little stand on the treadmill.
Okay.
And headphones in, you know. So
you're a no TV in front of the treadmill guy.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, they have TVs at my gym, but
you can't cast to it, which,
yeah, I don't think so.
Well, you should. I mean, as a true fan,
yeah,
you should definitely talk to them at the gym and say, hey guys, can we have, because if you think about it, we have probably 60 hours worth of content. They could easily
just put it on loop.
Just put it on a loop, and people would have something fun to run to. Holy crap, I'm gonna go talk to my gym. Like,
yeah,
why not?
The only thing about it is then it's like you don't have audio.
Well, no, because they can connect to the TV and connect whatever audio they need.
That's fair.
So, funny story about Brenner. Oh, it's not funny. It's actually just real life. See that? That's a transformer, I think, right? Or
it said some sort of power equipment. I don't think it's a transformer.
Okay. Well, that is some sort of some sort of power equipment. Brenner works at a place that does that, and so every time I'm just like, what? Like, you sell those things that you just assume pop up everywhere?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they weren't there forever somehow.
There's a company.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of companies.
No, there's one.
Oh, okay.
What is it called?
I don't.
No, your company.
Oh, it's UTB Transformers.
UTB Transformers. It's not Bumblebee.
Nope.
It's not Optimus Prime.
Unfortunately not.
I know you think that's a dad joke right now, but it's not. I legit was like, when my sister and Brenner told me, 'cause they both worked there, I was like, I genuinely don't understand. And the first thing that popped up into my head was the Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Well, it was Bumblebee, but I feel guilty about that, so I say it was Optimus Prime.
Do you really feel guilty about that? I feel like that's like, he's like classic, man.
Well, but
Optimus Prime is cool, but he's not like fun.
He was like, I feel like Optimus Prime was like the original, like, Transformer. Like, he's like the dad, and that's like you remembering the like the cousin. No.
Right. I mean, it's like a son. It's like a son.
I know, I was gonna say son, but then you could easily compare it to like Jesus, and so then you could easily say, actually, it isn't a bad thing. And so I was trying to weave that combo not towards there, so you couldn't use that, because now we're comparing Transformers to religion. Well, but now I don't feel guilty, because in all reality, it's okay to compare Bumblebee when I think of Transformers. See that? Every time you see one of those, you're gonna think of Brenner. It gets quite weird, actually. Yeah. My sister and him every time. All right. So, also, if you haven't joined us for a while, this is Brenner, my nephew. And what's funny about that is last week you met him. Yeah. But I told you I'd tell you why Joey wasn't here, because now this is a little funny story. There's 2 episodes that may or may not drop that could talk about Joey not being here. Yeah. So if this is your, second time hearing why Joey's not here, I'm sorry. But like, I don't know what we're doing. We've had so much audio problem, video problems. This is the first episode that might work. Yeah. And so my hat goes off to Joey, because he killed it. Because he's always handled this. and it has taken me a little bit to learn it. Thankfully, we run 3 days a week, so this is the third day me and Brenner have been out.
Yeah.
And hopefully the first successful show. So, with no more making you wait on the edge of your seat, all 20 of you, Joey we couldn't get a soda in because we did jackpot, and we took a few weeks off because like we deserved it. And then we did an episode where we did a recap and everything. We go left, remember?
I wasn't
Bonneville
sure if
Shoreline.
Bombing down this way or.
Yeah, so this is the Bonneville Shoreline Trail. Boom, we're on it.
All right.
And by like Bonneville Shoreline, I mean like the connector.
Yeah.
And so we recorded an episode, me and Joey, and it was like the third or fourth week after the, no, I'm gonna say third, maybe even second. Anyway, we record the episode and we don't upload it or check it for a bit. No blame to anyone other than Joey. And so he goes on to upload it, like, because we had one episode that was going to launch before jackpot, or maybe even two. Then we had jackpot, and then we had these two that we thought we had. So we're like, oh, we got plenty of time. Nope, we didn't, because that episode has a ringing in it whole time, like an Amber Alert, which now you might have heard that twice. But that's why Joey's not here, is he went to Lake Havasu for one of the weekends. One of our mutual friends passed away one of the weekends. Yeah, it was his funeral. So there's just been all these events that have happened that made it so we couldn't go. So that's why last week Brenner was on it. But I told you that we'd tell you why Joey wasn't here, and that's all. So yeah. He's not like, we're not in a fight. You know, he's not leaving me. He's not like found another man to go run with. Although he's threatened it a couple times. And Brenner just so happens to be somebody I run with all the time that is a pure badass. So now that we've, spent half the episode introducing what we do,
yeah.
Hopefully you can just turn this off audio wise and this is a great trail finally. We finally hit a good trail.
Look at all the views.
Oh, they're looking at you.
Yeah.
They are. Oh, did you check your... Oh, yeah, we're red on the thing, right? Yeah, we're red. Let me just double check. Yep, we're recording.
Are we good?
We're good.
Okay.
Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk to Brenner about, that way, sure,
straight,
is our age difference, which this might pop up a little bit too if we launch something, but Brenner's 22.
Yep.
I'm 40. Brenner.
Yeah.
What is the one, actually, I don't even care. You can ask me a million questions. But what is one of the things about our generational difference that you think is so cool?
Well, I think the main thing that we talked a little bit about this yesterday, it kind of brought up into our heads. And the main thing is the fact that, like, you're like the last generation that grew up without internet. You were able to see the start of the internet, right?
Oh, yeah.
But we're not so far apart that we can't like relate on almost everything.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Other than like your work ethic.
Right. Well, yeah, because I'm just like a lazy kid.
Well, just your generation. I'm not saying you personally, but definitely that's the one thing I feel is different about our generations. That's like majorly different, but I don't know. I mean, my generation could have been lazy. It's just now that people all had to go to work because they, finally accidentally impregnated someone, or, finally had to like grow up, or they ended up in jail. So maybe that's just your generation's, just like my generation, we had that same, maybe not working for a bit.
Yeah.
Wow, it's windy.
It is so windy.
Okay, so the internet thing I think is awesome. Hopefully this audio actually works.
Yeah, I'm trying to cover it as much as I can.
I think it's so funny because I forget about that all the time, that like, yeah, you were, so like one of my questions for you that doesn't make any sense to me,
right,
is like, as you're growing up,
yeah,
what is your like, and you'd think I'd know all these things, but I don't. I didn't pay attention. Like, what's the first thing that happened when you were growing up that was like internet? Like what's the first memory of like, did you have an iPad? Did you have a little TV that connected to the internet? Like, was it just the computer? Because like, I don't even know when you started doing that stuff. Because for me, it's just, I just remember my old like AOL.
Yeah.
You know, my computer connected with that weird noise, and that was where it all started. I had to take 2 days to download a song on Napster.
Yeah.
And or LimeWire. It's like, what's your first?
Well, I'd say like first was like definitely computer. I don't remember dial-up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And but I feel like I didn't do anything on the internet till like way later in my life because I just didn't understand it. But from like a super young age, my oldest brother would show me like funny videos and stuff on YouTube, because that's like when YouTube came around, 06, 07, around there, right?
I have no idea.
That's when I was like finally the age to like think things were funny, right? Like 5 years old.
I like that.
So
remember, this trail we don't take, just FYI.
Yep.
I don't want to get lost.
So I feel like that was like my main internet experiences from a super young age was YouTube. Just because there was like, you know, actually like funny videos on there still.
Yeah.
You know, like all those classic ones. And so, yeah, it was like that. And then probably when I was 9, 10 years old, I got like an Android version of like an iPod where you could still do everything.
Was it the Zune?
No.
Oh man, the Zune was. Cool.
It was like a cheap Samsung phone.
Oh, okay.
So it was like a phone, but without the phone capabilities. So it was like a later iPod, you know.
We are gonna bomb down this hill, by the way.
Oh yeah.
We're just not running right now because it's an incline.
It's killer. You can't tell though on a GoPro at all.
Okay, so you had what was your first MP3 player? Like, what did you listen?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. I kind of forgot. I had one of those MP3 players that was like dollar store quality.
Nice.
It was like kind of like a thumb drive, but just had like controls on it, and then
yeah, I remember
3.5 millimeter
literally
jack.
I think you could get those at the dollar store.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure we did get it from a dollar store.
Yeah.
It held like you know, 1.5 gigs of music, which was a lot for me. It's like a 4th grader. I was fine with it, you know.
Yeah. It's just funny because like, so the first time I could even get like a music player, so to give you, if it's okay, just my version of that.
Yeah.
The first ones to come out were like, you know, the iPod. We
Sure.
had, no, let's do, this seems less hilly.
Yeah.
And then so iPod, I mean, I didn't have one, but I thought they were awesome.
Right.
And that was the first way to get like music, right?
Yeah.
But we just burned CDs. So I would go on Napster and I would download all the stuff. And yes, it would take like freaking a day, and you just hope and pray it worked. And then you'd hope and pray that it was actually a song.
Yeah.
Here it is right here. This is the Bonneville Trail. That's what these little white things I've decided are, even though they're not marked in any way, shape, or form. So I just think it's cool, the difference, because like I had to download all this music. Like, how did you get music? I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, my brother, because like, you know.
Because he just downloaded everything.
Yeah, he had everything.
Sadly, I actually taught him everything he knew about it. And then he just
kept going.
As I got older, I got sick of it.
Yeah.
Because viruses on my computer, LimeWire, like Napster got shut down, and Napster was the absolute best. Yeah, I hate Metallica to this day for that, because I know other bands probably would have done it if Metallica, Lars wouldn't have come out. But still, like, holy crap, let's make it easier to get music, because we were all doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So then I had to go on and never buy music. So then I never actually got to listen to bands or find new bands or you know, listen to anything. So Apple was $1 a song when it first came out. Then it was $1.29 a song,
which is ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So that's what. So I owned like 30 songs, and then everything else I just went and bought a CD.
yeah,
And then we'd go burn all of our music and then just put it in my thing. And I had a friend that let's just stop right here.
okay,
We might need to turn around. Let's look. Yeah, we're 22 minutes in, so we'll turn around. Well, it's crazy. So we're gonna bomb it. Do you want to actually try holding it for a minute?
yeah,
So what's crazy is we'd burn all these CDs. I had a friend that was like, dude, one day you're gonna have a CD player that will hold unlimited music because of MP3s.
right.
And I was like, and this was like 2000. I was like, there's no way, you crazy person, that that's possible. And now look at where we are.
Yeah.
It's just, I wish he would have created that or done something with that, because he knew all about it. He created websites, he did everything, and he was just so badass when it came to that. And when he told me about the MP3 player thing, and like he was one of those guys. I mean, I loved him, but also he would go on and he had like the craziest internet connection. So he'd go on and download whatever the hell he needed and be able to burn a CD in like 4 seconds, because he was one of the only kids I knew with a CD burner.
Oh,
And he charged like $10, because, you know, you could put like 20 songs and you could, you know, have a CD that had all these different songs that you never had access to. And because you were going to spend $1.29 or go buy a $10 CD, he was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Charge
I'll do a
$10.
CD for 50 cents a song.
Yeah. So it sucked. But anyway, it's fine. I also remember just the whole MP3 thing. The Zunes came out, which was like Microsoft's version, which did not work. I mean, it probably worked. I remember my girlfriend at the time had one of those like cheaper ones, but it was like
Yeah.
one of the badass cheaper ones. It was like $60.
Oh,
And it held like 50 songs. And so you could put 50 songs on it, go listen to music.
yeah,
So it's just crazy, the difference in our like how we got like music and how we did that.
right. I was just lucky from a young age because my brother just had
Everything.
so much music, so many movies.
Yeah, and what was your first like, what would you, oh, we don't turn there. Remember I said don't
Yep,
turn there.
don't turn there.
That's hilarious, because I was just about to turn there. Are you good holding that?
Yep,
Is Joey gonna be like all cringy and,
I don't think so.
okay. I feel like one of the other, actually you can, do you have any weird, like, I feel like this is really fun.
Yeah.
Because like, I know it's weird because we're, you know, like we're related,
Right.
but we've never actually sat down and just said, hey, let's talk about random crap from your
yeah,
life.
from childhood and stuff.
So like, what else? We're getting into that windy section. If the audio sucks, I'm sorry. But yeah, do you have anything from my generation based on those things? Like one of the things that pops out to me is like movies. Like, how did we watch movies? Like, I want to know how you watched. Like, what was your first? Was it all digital, or did you watch DVDs, or did you watch?
No, it was not digital for a very long time.
Okay.
Like, I feel like my earliest memories are watching VHS.
Okay.
So-
and that's because your mom, like, I remember she
Yeah.
had like Toy Story on VHS.
Yeah.
She still does. But like all those old Disney movies on VHS.
Yeah,
And so that's funny, because I was wondering if you would remember them. And
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about, right? Is like, we are right there at the place where you understand all the digital catalogs
yeah,
and how all of it's like done, but yet your earliest memories VHS, which is awesome. And I would say my earliest memories VHS. I remember a Laserdisc player.
yeah. I've used Laserdiscs, but not in my childhood.
Oh yeah, like they're cool.
Yeah.
But do you remember HD DVDs?
I don't think we ever had them.
So I mean, so when you know DVD came out,
Yeah,
and then Blu-ray
Yeah.
an HD DVD came out,
Yeah,
it was like this controversy.
yeah.
And it was so crazy because I remember going to the stores and, you know, everybody's coming out with both.
Yeah.
And then they were waiting for Disney to sign for one because Sony had the Blu-ray and it was PlayStation. And so like everybody was like, and PlayStation at the time was crazy. And so, you know, everybody was like, Blu-ray is going to win. But if Disney went with HD DVD, then it would have been they would have probably continued to make both.
Yeah.
But as soon as Disney went with Blu-ray,
Then it was over.
game over.
Yeah.
So that's cool that like you remember that stuff too.
Yeah. I feel like part of it too is that, you know, tech is like big for me.
Yeah.
Like it's one of my hobbies.
Yeah. So
I feel like some of that stuff, like HD DVDs, probably wouldn't have remembered.
Here, I can trade it up.
I don't care. Either way.
As we go downhill, it's not as hard to make it look good, right?
Yeah, no. I'll switch your spots.
Oh wait, hold. Never mind, we're good.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought we lost something.
Okay.
So because you're in the tech world, so some 22-year-olds you're saying might not actually know this stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. If you asked other people in my age group, they probably wouldn't remember HD DVDs. Blu-ray for sure.
What about your, what was your favorite Christmas present of all time?
Oh man.
I asked that question on, you know, like 5 episodes or 6 episodes ago, and it's one of my favorite questions.
Yeah.
Because I absolutely love Christmas.
Me too. Favorite time of the year.
Same.
Except last year. Sucked last year.
Yeah, well.
But let's see. That is such a tough question. I feel like I never asked for anything big.
Yeah, but like,
During
what's that
Christmas?
one thing that pops in your brain that you remember getting as a kid that you were just like, oh, that was so cool, whether you played with it or not?
I remember I got this, like, funnily enough, it was like a knockoff Transformer
Nice.
that was like an RC car too.
Ooh, that
So
is cool.
You could control it as a robot guy and then press the transform button and he'd be a car.
That's awesome.
So that was pretty cool.
That was next level.
I also got a pogo stick one year. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
But yeah, I mean, I always, my favorite stuff from Christmas was always like the fun little stuff that you'd get in the stocking, you know?
Yeah.
That was probably like my jam.
Yeah, that's cool. It's always so fun to get random little things and trinkets.
Yeah.
What was the first, I'm sorry I'm reusing these questions, but I think it's awesome because they're my favorite questions.
Yeah.
What are your top 3 or 2 favorite movies of all time?
Oh man.
Like, what are the 2 from childhood, grown up, that you can just put in at any moment and you're just like, yes, thank you?
It's gotta be number 1, or like not in a numbered way, but 1 has to be either Toy Story 1 or Toy Story 2.
Nice.
Just phenomenal movies.
I would say Toy Story 1 by far is like one of the greatest films of all time, but I love that. Because what's funny about that is I remember you watching that every day, all day as a kid.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, then what's another one?
Probably as a more recent, like choosing 1 from childhood, 1 from adulthood. I mean, it came out when I was a child, but I didn't see it. It's called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh yeah, Jim Carrey.
You know that one?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is super trippy and weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that movie. I love the message. Jim Carrey is a phenomenal, serious actor.
I know, it's so funny when like he got serious. Let's just walk it out to the car.
Okay.
Oh man, that's
So those are probably like my 2.
What about if you had to add a 3rd? Do you have one?
If I had a 3rd,
You're on a deserted island. You got 3 movies.
Yeah.
Only 3 movies you can watch the rest of your life.
oh man.
If you don't have it, it's okay, because mine goes The Holiday, The Proposal, and then The Holiday again, and on constant repeat until I die. So
Yeah, I remember that from the other episode. Yeah, I feel like those
Here,
are
walk
two.
over here so they can at least see. Give the people what they want.
I was wondering what would be better. Yeah.
I mean, they both kind of suck. I think the trail straightforward actually is great. So maybe I'll just keep it here.
But yeah, I feel like those are like the two things I could rewatch consistently.
That's awesome.
There's a lot of movies I'd like put on like my top 10 list,
Yeah.
but I can't rewatch them all the time.
Yeah, it's a hard question because like I'm the same way. Like there's a ton of movies I absolutely love and think
Yeah.
are great, but like there's also this just like there's certain movies that just pop into my brain that I'm like, yeah, I love that. It's like that's like amazing.
Because like with like Fight Club, like it's an amazing movie, but
you're not watching it every day.
No, because like the best time you've watched it.
Let's go actually.
Let's go straight.
Well, there's another little mini trail I wanted to see if it. I mean,
Okay.
I know it goes the same way, but I want to show people that like if they went this way, they could come here.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like
with Fight Club, I agree.
yeah, like the first
look at
time's the
this.
best.
Look at this. Is that the trail we should have went on?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh! I think look, it looks like it goes up and over. So this might be our next week's episode.
Yeah, maybe a part 2.
Oh my goodness. Oh no, it goes up and over that way. I don't know. Where the heck does it go?
I think that is a trail. You can see there's.
Yeah, it's like.
That one would be.
Okay, well that's what maybe we'll do.
Yeah.
Okay, the other thing, the how we pay the bills section. Let me just tell you about Provo. First of all, Brenner needs to buy a house, like ASAP, because it's actually a great time to buy a house at all times, because if you don't, you just regret it, which we have actually talked about.
Yeah.
Because if he would have bought a house, or his brother would have bought a house like 10 years ago, he'd now have a house worth quadruple. But dude, if you ever want to move to Provo, let me just tell you, Provo's like one of the fastest growing cities like in America, first of all, I believe. I don't actually know. But I remember reading an article about Provo being like top 10 like cities in the US of growth and jobs and just overall goodness. And man, I forget how great the trails are.
Yeah.
Like I love this.
This is just right 5 minutes from the city.
Dude, I absolutely love it. So
like I was kind of curious because I was on like Main Street or whatever. What is it? State Street? I don't know.
Here, let's go over here instead of being by a porta potty, and we'll sign out when we're done.
And it said I was like 5 minutes away from the trail. I'm like, what the heck? Like,
yeah.
But
no, the greatest part about it is Shoreline Trail is just right over here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I think we got enough time in. I feel like. Sorry, I'm touching on my nose. 34 minutes. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming on a run with Brenner and I, and we'll have Joey back soon. But in the meantime, you have to deal with some poor camera quality. But I think great combo, because I'm really intrigued on what your life and like our different generations. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just throw them in the comments. And you probably are either a 22 or a 40-year-old or have one and actually don't care. But that's what I care about. So we're going to do it. But anyway, thank you guys. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Comment. Remember, tell us if you like Brenner, hate Brenner. Either way, he's still going to come for the run.
Way.
Yeah. But like, it'd be good to know. All right. Peace out.